G'day guys and welcome to my Rxys V2 video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about NRL round 24 predictions for 2019 guys, so let's get started. So this first match of this game we see the Cowboys going up against the Bulldogs. I think this game will be an absolute great game, but seeing this one will be a tight one. Cowboys are due for a win, and I think this one, I might think that Cowboys are due for a loss or Cowboys are due for a win. But I think that this one up there in the Cowboys' home ground, and I think this one will be an absolute great game. But seeing going up against Bulldogs, they've won against the Eels 12 points to 6 last week. I reckon this game will be splendor and probably an average game, but literally I could see this one going either way. But I am going to go with the Cowboys though by 4 points. And I think only one try will seal the deal. But I think so many things could go wrong for this one. So many injuries. I reckon probably I'd say errors could break. And also you got so many line breaks in that game. But I could see the Bulldogs winning that game since they won over against the Eels last week. But the Bulldogs are a really great team, but they've just got a really good forward pack in that side. But literally, Jaden Ogabor is an absolute great player, but he is coming in for that number 5 side for the Bulldogs, which he is replacing Remus Smith for that number 5 winger. I think this one will be definitely great thing to be replacing with. Great timing though, but I am going to go with the Cowboys though by 4 points, and they will hopefully get the job done. But they are struggling though, but I could see the Cowboys though win this game by 4 points. The next game of this round we see the Warriors going up against the Rabbitohs. I think this game though, with so many things with Warriors, I'm not sure about this game. I think though this one will be an absolute cracker of a match. But literally, I think though, I am going to go with the Rabbitohs by 8 points. I'm just thinking, Rabbitohs, they are due for a win in that home ground for the Warriors. But I am going to go with the Rabbits though by 8 points. Only because I just think this game is really hard, really average. But the Warriors are really struggling for that top 8 spot. But for the Rabbits, they are really a strong side in that forward side. I am going to go with them only because Damien Cook, Sam Burgess, which he is a bit rough in that good quality squad. But I am going to go with them only because the Rabbits have that great forward pack in that team. And really strong capability, which you got Cameron Murray in that squad, which he does really great. But yeah, I am going to go with the Rabbitohs by 8 points, and I will definitely get the job done. Only because the Warriors are not, they're not getting the win here, and I just think if they do, only because the Warriors are a great side, but they're just really struggling at the moment. But only I can say this. I'm going to go with the Rabbits by 8 points. The next game of this round, we see the Broncos going up against the Parramatta Eels. Oh my goodness. I think this game, though, will be an absolute great game. But seeing this one going up against Katoni Staggs and Michael Jennings, I think this game could go either way. But they've got a great side for Parramatta Eels. But the only thing is, this is why I went for the Parramatta Eels. Only because Blake Ferguson is returning for the Parramatta Eels in this round. So I am going to go with the Parramatta Eels by 12 points, and they will get the job done. Hopefully they will, or unless if the Broncos make it, it's their home ground, and yeah, I am going to go with the Eels though. Just because they've got that strong ability, strong squad, but only because Broncos have that strong capability. Also, you got Katoni Staggs and other couple of players, which they are really good. But they just not lacking instability when they were losing a couple of games. But only because they are a great side, but I just see the Eels taking this win, and I am going to go with them by 12 points, only because they've lost against the Bulldogs last week. And I just think they'll get that strong capability, which I will think that it will be hard for it. And yeah, only because I just think the Eels will get this job done, and they will get frustrated sometimes. But I do see I am going to go with the Parramatta Eels by 12 points. The next game of this round, we see the Knights up against the Titans. I think this game will be simple, average, good game of football, and I think this one will be simple. I am going to go with the Newcastle Knights by 10 points. They will definitely get the job done. They are due for a win, only because that Nathan Brown is leaving for the Newcastle Knights. He is the coach of it, but he's not anymore. But I do see Adam O'Brien be the new coach of the Newcastle Knights, which I think it's really good timing of that effort. But yeah, I reckon that the Newcastle Knights are really due for a win. But the Gold Coast Titans, they just really lacked so much capability. But for the Titans, they are really shocking and playing so much like terrible football. But literally, I just see Gold Coast Titans, they're just going to struggle. But yeah, I reckon they will. And yeah, they'll only get like a couple of points, and then they'll just give up. And then yeah, obviously the Knights will come in and score a couple of tries to get the win. But I am going to go with the Newcastle Knights though by 10 points. The next game of this round, we see the Manly Sea Eagles going up against the Melbourne Storm. I think this game will be an absolute cracker of a match. It will be at Brookvale Oval, which will be at Lotto Land for that new name of that stadium. I just think this game, though, will be an absolute great game. Melbourne Storm are an absolutely fantastic team, which they are so good in like so many ways and so many things. I just think, though, for the Sea Eagles, I just think they'll just struggle a little bit. But I could think that the Sea Eagles will definitely get the job done in their home ground to seal the deal. I just think, though, I could think I'm wrong, but Manly Sea Eagles, I could think you guys will win that game. Only because it is a very hard game to watch, hard game to see, but literally I am going to go with the Melbourne Storm though by 6 points. Hopefully they will get the job done. If not, I could think the Manly Sea Eagles though, but I'm going to go with the Melbourne Storm by 6 points. The next game of this round, we see the Roosters going up against the Penrith Panthers. I think this game though will be an absolute great game. Simple, average, and I reckon this game will be simple but really good game. But I am going to go with the Roosters, but they are a good team. For the Roosters though, I just think what a good squad they have, what an absolute great team they have, and also with Billy Smith, which he has dropped in the reserves, though I think that game will be crucial. But also too, you got James Tedesco, which he plays really well. Also, Cooper Cronk, Luke Keary, all these good players in the Roosters will absolutely get the job done. I think, though, this will be an absolute great game at SCG. But I really think, though, hopefully if the Panthers win, sorry to say, though, but it will be an absolute surprising win. But I am going to go with the Roosters, though, by 8 points. They will get the job done at the SCG, at their home ground, and I reckon, no, they will definitely 100% get the job done. So, and yeah, like the Roosters though, they just really like are a great footy side. But yeah, I do have a massive respect for the Roosters, which they are a good footy team, 100%. But yeah, I am going to go with the Roosters though, by 8 points. The next game off this round, we see the Sharks going up against the Raiders. I think this game though will be simple, quite average at PointsBet Stadium, only because that there are only one player that this one will be an absolute, it will be really fighting game, is Paul Gallen. He is a really great player, but I am going to go though with the Cronulla Sharks, only because that Paul Gallen is his last game. He is playing his last game of the this year, and he is going to retire this year. Well done to him. He is playing absolutely great in so many years. He is a great player, and I do have massive respect for him. But yeah, well done well done to him. Though Paul Gallen, well done to him. But yeah, I just think that for the Raiders, I'm just not feeling that the Raiders are going to get the job done, just because they just lacked very poor energy and lacked instability. But only because I think that the Raiders are an absolutely great footy team. I'm not going to disrespect them, but unfortunately, you guys are just really not playing that well. But I am going to go with the Sharks by 10 points. Last but not least of this round, we see the Dragons going up against the West Tigers. I think this game, simple, average, will be an absolutely great game. But certainly, Tristan Sailor had his brilliant game, and also his debut try is brilliant. What an absolute try for you, Tristan Sailor. I absolutely give a shout out to him, only because he scored his first ever try to make it for the Dragons debut. But yeah, for a fullback for him, well done to make his debut, his second game, going to play in the fullback side. Will be an absolute great game for him. He certainly will. I reckon no, but I am going to go with the Dragons by 6 points. They will get the job done. Hopefully they will, and they just will. Only because the West Tigers, they just flogged the Newcastle Knights 46-4 last week. But I just think the West Tigers, they aren't going to get this one here. I just think that the West Tigers are just going to struggle for that game, and simple, and I am going to think that they have going to be like injuries, errors, drop balls, knock-ons for the West Tigers, and yeah, a couple of them for the Dragons, but yeah, they'll just get over, and I reckon though only one try to seal the deal will be Tristan Sailor, and I am going to go with the Dragons though by 6 points, and they will definitely get the job done 100%. Thanks guys for watching my video, guys. Stay tuned for more. I certainly need to give a shout out to Rhys Rosewarne. He's been watching my videos. I give a massive thumbs up to you. You're an absolute great player that certainly plays for the Woy Roosters for the juniors. He is an absolute great player. Number 9, Rhys Rosewarne. I need to give him a massive shout out. He is an absolute great player though. Certainly respect for you. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, thanks guys for watching my video, guys. I will be doing a Hilltop Hoods video, which will be coming up on Saturday night. But yeah, thanks guys for watching my video, guys, and take care.